Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Musical, lyrical lingo. Every episode a new bingo. Laugh and sing, go with the flow. Tune in as the memories grow.
Hello and welcome to Musical Lyrical Lingo. We're your hosts, Tim
and LJ. Today and every week we will be discussing musicals, but specifically what they taught us.
I am mortified. You know what that's taught me?
What?
Don't go to the toilet when you still have your microphone on.
You didn't have to share that with our 10,000
Well,
downloads.
I share everything with my our 10,000 downloads. Absolutely mortified. I can't. How do you come back from this?
How do you come?
I think I'm going to have to
We'll
tap
never
out of it.
podcast again.
I don't think I can do this episode, so I need to tap out.
Why is that?
I need to go and rock in the corner for a couple of minutes.
It's funny. It's funny. At least it's a life lesson.
Yeah.
Life lesson that taught you. Don't go to the toilet
with a
live
microphone on.
mic on.
Yeah. Nobody told me it was still there. It's just oh, it's like going to the dressing room and your mic still being live and everybody hearing you.
Oh, I know. And I go,
Which makes it 10,100 times worse, really, doesn't it? Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Has
Too
it
much
ever?
of a professional.
Well, I mean, you can't control your microphone, Lauren. You know, no offence to you.
I just know never to speak.
No, to be fair, I'm quite good. I don't speak in the wings very rarely. Would I have spoken in the wings? Because let's be honest, I don't perform anymore.
But that was ingrained in us, though, and I find it really hard whenever I am chaperoning. And, you know, there's no speaking in the wings. And maybe some children aren't aware of that. And you're like, shh. And they're still talking. And they're swinging on the blacks. And you're like, Dad, you're told. It's the wings. You might as well be on stage.
So our listeners know you're putting your finger to your mouth to be quiet.
Oh, yes.
Just in case they're all going, oh... what's happened? It's all gone quiet. It was Lauren doing her be quiet, finger across your mouth, boys and girls.
Yeah, because you can't go shh because you're making the same noise.
No,
so you've got to do it.
But we're doing a podcast, so we just need to, audio describe what we're doing.
Where would I be without you?
Anyway,
what's your
musical theatre
theatre
news? Can we get a jingle?
I know.
I need a jingle.
I sang one last week and you didn't like it.
Do better. Go.
I don't perform on the spot. I'm not.
Can't get the staff these days.
It's Timothy's Theatre News.
Flat.
I'm always flat. That's my singing style.
Absolutely lies. Anyway, we've mentioned it, but we've got more information now. So The Great Gatsby, the musical, is making its UK premiere. So the West End is preparing to welcome The Great Gatsby from across the pond, and the musical is going to open in the London Coliseum. We're not playing about here, are we? We're going for the big one, the Coliseum, this April. Like, it's so close.
I loved their announcement was like outside the Savoy, and it was so fitting, that setting. But yeah, it's...
Why not go into somewhere like the Savoy, though? Like, that would have been perfect, but I'm kind of thinking it's not going to be around for long.
Oh, do you think so?
I just have a funny feeling. Big, massive venue, because it's going to be limited.
And it's got some really good names attached to it, so they probably aren't going to be in a long-term run.
Like big style, big hitters going on here. So Jamie Moscato, who is of Moulin Rouge, the musical fame, and many more.
Things,
but that's the one that I knew him for the most. Oh, Heathers as well. He played JD in Heathers. He is taking on the role of Jay Gatsby, and Frances Miley McCann, who was Bonnie and Clyde. She is going to be playing Daisy Buchanan. Yep. Including other massive hitters like our very own Rachel Tucker. Yep.
Amber Davies, Joel Montague, Corbin Blue,
Corbin flippin' Blue.
Yeah,
he's hop skipping and jumping across the pond. So that's really exciting. So plays in the London Coliseum from the 11th of April to the 7th of September.
So it is a short
It's
one.
actually here.
Yeah, it's
right in front of me.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's as if I forecast
the
future.
You did.
I actually just didn't read to the end of my notes.
But
Also,
there's some behind the scenes of that at the minute, because they're currently right now, they're in rehearsals. So if you want to go into some of those guys' socials and you'll see some stuff, it is actually really interesting.
I'm looking forward to seeing a bit more of it.
Yeah.
The Devil Wears Prada, which has been in the Dominion for a while now, it is starring Vanessa Williams. It has extended its run at the Dominion until the 3rd of January 2023 with 200,000 new tickets now available.
I know. Yeah, people
So
are going
that's
crazy
great.
for it.
For a new musical, Happy Days, it seems to be working and going well. That's exciting. And then the last piece of news that I have is also very exciting. Golden Globe winner Rachel Ziegler has now been announced as the person who is going to be playing Eva Peron in the summer London Palladium production of Evita.
Yeah.
Is Jamie Lloyd directing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be class.
Do you think so?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
I think I might want to see that.
Oh,
boy
really?
Too.
No, I'll not be saying that.
Well, you're not an Evita fan?
No. Sure, I'm not. Scares me.
For he loves you, he's a part show. How can you not like that bit?
No, I like that bit. Just like
If not, how could he love me? Paddy
was-
won't be too happy with you.
No, I know. There's been some really big announcements this week as well from lots of new musicals, like Stereophonics musical. Their cast was announced. The Panto at the Palladium, it's announced its cast. This week there's a real buzz of
Catherine Tate.
Yes,
is taking on the lead in the Palladium pantomime.
But there's lots being announced, which is always exciting. Also this week announced Hugh Jackman and Sonia Fieldman are working together. They have created a new theatre company which is called Together, and it is going to be live theatre that is intimate and accessible. I love all of that.
We'll see how accessible it is. Not that I'm being...
Well, it's
cynical.
going to be both UK and USA based.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
We'll see.
Look forward to that.
And then a little...
He's here at the moment, you know.
He is here.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I think he's just gone home though, because there was a big campaign in our city about trying to get him down, and it's kind of failed.
He's gone down in my estimations. He didn't come to Bangor.
I know.
Not okay.
I know it's not okay. Anne Boleyn, the musical, they are currently looking for volunteer performers now. Volunteer performers for the world premiere of Anne Boleyn, the musical. And it's going to be at Anne's childhood home of Hever Castle.
That's really cool. It's in her childhood home.
Yeah, so just in case anybody...
You don't get paid.
Don't get paid.
Just come along for a jolly.
Just be involved in...
Come along and get your head chopped off.
Well, not actually. Just be involved in a musical.
How do you know?
Well,
that's how her story ends.
Or does
Divorce.
it?
No, we know. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
That's right.
We got it.
Well done. You got it.
There we go.
There we go. So some theatre news.
Definitely needs a jingle.
It does. We'll get that sorted.
Anyway, on to this week.
On to the glitz and the glam.
The glitz and the glamour. What do you do when living the dream becomes a nightmare?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Love the catchy tunes and insightful discussions on musical lyrical lingo? Why would you not? Now you can reap your fandom. Ooh, we've got fans. And show off your love of all things musical theatre with our exclusive merchandise. Ooh.
From comfy tees,
T-shirts,
mugs to stylish tote bags, we have something for every fan. Our designs are inspired by the show's iconic themes.
because we are so iconic.
And featured playful quotes, alpha, ba, and graphics that will have you humming along.
I will never work again.
Wherever you go.
So head over to our merch store now and start shopping. Spend your money, people. And don't forget to share your pics on our social media using hashtag podcast musical lyrical lingo merch. We love to see our fans rocking our gear.
Yes, we do. Happy shopping. Oh, that's a wee bit sad way of looking at this.
Oh, fair enough. I mean...
Okay. Well, yeah, what do you do? Scream, snot coming out of your nose, cry, beg for a man to love you.
Yeah.
Which nobody should ever do.
I know, but it's a great movie.
Oh,
great
it's
theatre.
Great theatre, great movie, Oscar-winning performances.
We're talking Dreamgirls, aren't we?
We are.
We're your dream girls, yeah.
We'll make it happen. Oh, I thought it was happen.
Whoa.
I thought it was we'll make it happen.
No, we'll make you happy.
I'm deaf. I just make lyrics up.
We do a podcast based on lyrics. We're looking at this musical this week. Yeah, no. What do you do when living a dream becomes a nightmare? Dreamgirls is a sidelong look at the music business and the true cost of chasing fame.
Yeah. Broadway musical. I love that it's called a Broadway musical. And then whenever I looked into it, I was like, yeah, because it took forever to come to the UK.
Insane.
Like, forever.
Insane.
It was 41 years since it opened before it went on a UK tour. Like,
Yeah.
that's a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah, it's quite... That's a really good thesis, like to look into the whys.
Yeah.
Why was that a thing? Why did it take so long?
Well, I've kind of maybe got a wee bit of
You've got it.
information
You've
on
done
that.
it.
Yeah,
Good girl.
but anyway, yes, it's a Broadway musical. Music by Henry Krieger,
Well done.
who did The Tap Dance Kid. Have you ever heard of that musical?
Yes.
Okay, I have not, and I was like, excuse me.
Was it not one of the musicals that I gave you for one of our episodes where we were picking?
The Tap Dance Kid? No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to eat my hat, aren't I? Was it?
I'm almost sure it
Why
was.
would I not have picked the Tap
you maybe
Dance
had
Kid?
more attractive options.
But I usually try and give them all a listen. Okay, maybe it was.
Anyway, I might
And
be wrong.
one of your faves, Sideshow.
I love Sideshow. We haven't done Sideshow yet.
No.
Add that to the list
Yep.
right now.
Lyrics and book are both by Tom Ian. Ian?
Aye.
Aye? Okay. Yep, as you've mentioned, based on the show business aspirations of R&B artists such as the Shirelles, maybe? Shirley's?
No Shirelles, I think.
Shirelles, James Brown, and the Supremes. Story follows Effie White, who is a young black female singer who is in a trio called The Dreams.
The Dreams.
The Supremes and the Dreams. They sound similar.
Who knows? Who knows?
From Chicago, Illinois, who dream of being stars.
Yeah, absolutely. Staged mostly by an African-American cast and originally starring the likes of Jennifer Holliday, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Loretta Devine. The musical opened on the 20th of December 1981 at the Imperial Theatre on Broadway.
Yeah.
It ran for an impressive 1,521 performances from 1981 to 1985.
Yeah.
The show was nominated for 13 Tony Awards, winning 6, including Best Book, Best Performance by a leading actor, who was Ben Harvey, and Best Performance from a leading actress, which was obviously Jennifer Holliday. I'm sure we will talk about her an awful lot more. Best Choreography for Michael Bennett.
Yeah.
Musical lyrical lingo. I had no idea that the director and choreographer of A Chorus Line, who we have talked about in detail on this podcast, was the choreographer of the director and choreographer of Dreamgirls.
Yeah, and that's most of my musical lyrical lingos, again a bit similar to last week, are about the making of this musical.
Insane.
And Michael Bennett's one of them.
It also won 2 Grammys. One for Best Cast Show Album and one for the Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Now, Dreamgirls was a bit of a massive star-making vehicle for an awful lot of people who have been connected with it. Several performers, one of which being Jennifer Holliday. Holliday's recording of Effie solo, and I'm telling you I'm not going, was a #1 single on the Billboard R&B charts in 1982.
Yeah.
And then obviously...
Jennifer Hudson.
We've got Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, and Beyonce.
And Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know. So you've passed comment already. But it did not come to the West End until February 2016.
The film came before that. There was a film in 2006.
Came before it.
And then it was Sonia Friedman production, who we've just mentioned there. She did the 2016 version in the West End.
London premiere in the Savoy Theatre, which starred Glee star Amber Riley taking on the role of Effie. Now, I saw that.
I know, I was going to say.
But
good to see it.
when I saw it, I did not realise that it was a history-making production in that it was the first time it had ever been on a London stage, which makes it I'm even more delighted that I saw it. But, like, that's ridiculous.
I know, isn't it crazy? It really is.
How is that a thing?
And do you know what? It is great. I love it. I
1000%.
think it is a fantastic musical. The songs are fab. The storyline is really gripping.
Oh, it's fab.
I'm going to put it out there. The film is awesome.
So, full disclosure, haven't seen the film.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know why either. I've no reason. I don't have a reason for not having seen the film. I just haven't seen it.
Oh my God, it is really good. Like Jennifer Hudson is amazing. Yeah. So it's her starring role. Jennifer Hudson came to fame from American Idol.
Yeah.
And then it's her starring role. She'd have to gain 20 pounds.
Yeah, because she played Effie,
She plays Effie. Beyonce plays Dina.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx plays Curtis.
Jamie Foxx is Curtis, and then
Annika Noni Rose. I can't remember what.
No, I can't remember her name. Loretta.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy is.
Oh yeah, I forgot Thunder, James. Thunder. Yeah.
I didn't think it was James, but it is James, even though it's kind of based on James Brown. And I'm going to say he was snubbed at the Oscars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was absolutely fantastic in that role. Fantastic, but I do like Eddie Murphy anyway.
Okay,
but he is great. You need to watch it.
Yeah, no, I will. I definitely will watch it. No, I will, because I agree with you. Like, this would be one of my favourites, like, musical soundtracks.
Yeah.
The music is just class. It's just brilliant. Banger after banger.
And it's really clever because it goes through different time periods.
Yeah.
So it starts 60s, 70s, and you go into the 80s, and you can hear that clearly in the music.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the plot is really gripping. If you've got brilliant actresses, which is probably and is the reason why it didn't come until 2016.
Oh, really?
It is going to knock your socks off.
So it didn't come to London because they didn't.
They just couldn't find Effie.
They didn't have an Effie.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite insane.
Yeah. So there was a 2009 US tour, 2001 concert with Billy Porter in it, and then the tour was in the UK tour. Sorry, was in 2022.
Right. Okay.
But we haven't heard of it since.
No, I know.
So maybe we're putting it out there. There'll be a wee revival at some stage.
Yeah. Yeah, 2016 and then did a UK tour.
But really, 2001 was the last time it was in Broadway.
Oh,
with that concert.
Yeah.
But maybe, just putting it out there.
You just never know. Shall we go under musical lingo?
Excuse me. Yeah, so it started back in 1975. So this is what I learned just about the production side of it.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realise.
No, but these are my musical lyrical lingos.
Oh, okay.
So Neil Carter, Nell Carter, she's an African-American singer. She was in a play that Ian had written called The Dirtiest Show in Town. The concept for Dreamgirls was originally called One Night Only, which is a song. And then it changed to Project Number 9.
That's right.
It was shelved when Carter went on to do a soap opera.
Yep.
Then we have our lovely Michael Bennett was then introduced. He got involved. It was then workshopped where Jennifer Holliday was connected, but she left the workshop not once, but twice. Once funding, though, was secured, Holliday was then asked back and they agreed to do a rewrite of the show and her character.
So she left the project during workshopping because she disliked the material and she was upset that her character, Effie White, died at the conclusion of Act 1. So in the original, that's what was supposed to happen. And then, what was it? So the second time, when she came back after lots of rewrites, she found that Effie's role had been reduced significantly in favour of Dina's character. So she didn't like that either, but Bennett coaxed her back in, agreeing to rewrite the show's second act and to build up Effie's character, and the rest is history, because look what happened to her.
Yeah, and I think it was the best thing. The best thing for the show and a brilliant thing for Jennifer.
She does own, like, that is her song, like, regardless of how, and like, let's be honest, because the song is the way the song is, it's probably one of the hardest songs in the musical theatre catalogue, right? Any actress that sings it has to be proper insanely awesome. Do you know what I mean? So anyone that sings it is amazing, but still you just go back to Jennifer Holliday. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's amazing how young she was, though.
Yeah.
Because Effie is an slightly older character, isn't she? Like,
yeah, well, she's but she's certainly got like that older aura about her, because she's very set. She's the one that's driving the dreams. She has this plan. She puts herself. She is the main star. At the beginning. But Jennifer, but then even back then, do you not think back in the 60s people were older than they presented themselves older than what they would do now?
That's very true. What I learned was the similarities to the Supremes. So, like, ridiculous. So Dreamgirls, as you said, follows an imaginary trio of aspiring singers called the Dreamettes that could easily have been the Supremes. Now, although the writers Tom Ian and Henry Krieger always deny any connections, Curtis Taylor, who is the girls' manager, takes charge of the Dreamettes' career after discovering them on a talent show, and that bears an obvious resemblance to Berry Gordy Jr. Likewise, the following painful and laborious efforts of the pop music family, they all help to build and recall those of historical Motown crowd, right? Effie in the musical is replaced by Dina. Just as in the Supremes, Florence Ballard was sidelined to make way for Diana Ross. Effie in the musical then struggles to sustain her self-esteem, as Ballard did, and Dina in the musical becomes romantically involved with Curtis, the manager, just as Diana Ross did with Gordy Jr. You know, as at Motown, their involvement then caused jealousy. And you see that in this. Like, come on, writers. Come on.
I know.
You can't deny those close links. Like.
Definitely. As you said, the Supremes were an American girl group during the 1960s and most commercially successful of the Motown acts with 12 number one singles. And that's really shown as well in Dreamgirls, how they grow commercially and like sell stuff and all that. In 1967, the group was renamed by Berry Barry, who was Motown's president, to Diana Ross and the Supremes. And we see that as well, where it's Dina and the Dreams. And though 3 years later Ross left and the group's name did return to the Supremes. Diana Ross, though, was reportedly angered by the whole musical and refused to see it.
Okay. Because she knew.
Yeah. Of course.
I love Diana Ross, though.
Yeah, no, she is.
I love Diana Ross.
Did you know that the film version had actually been in the works since the 1980s?
What?
Yeah. So it took until 2006. Lauryn Hill was once linked to it, obviously not in the 80s, like maybe about the 90s, and Whitney was linked to it as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, all attached at different points.
I could see Whitney giving a Dina. I could.
Yeah. So it did again take a wee while to come to light.
Yeah. Interesting. The role, obviously, racial issues and gender is addressed in this too, you know, really represented in Dreamgirls, obviously being a black cast musical with 3 female leads. Being set in the 1960s, the Black Power movement was influential on the storyline, with black artists starting to succeed in the music industry and black music becoming accessible to all audiences, which is representation of racial boundaries being broken down. The story based on 3 women working their way up in the music industry to achieve their dreams, while the most powerful people in the industry are men.
Yeah.
In the end, the women also stand up for their rights and become influential figures. And you see that in the musical when, you know, Dina and Effie actually do stand up to Curtis and go, you know, up until a certain point, you know, Curtis plays one of them off the other. Like, he knows what he wants. He wants Effie out. He wants Dina front and centre, but also wants Dina. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that part of the musical when actually Dina goes, I don't want you. Yeah. It was never me you wanted. And like both those women stand up and then they reconnect and they, you know, heal their relationship that only broke down because of the wedge that Curtis started to put in. And you see the same with Laurel. Sorry, not Loretta, I said earlier. Yeah, Laurel and James Thunder Early. You know, he was awful to her in that bit where she goes, you never loved me. I loved you, but you never loved me. You know, like just like standing up to the men is really, really awesome moment. The you know, Black Pride is a massive part of this musical. The music from Dreamgirls is based on different R&B, rhythm and blues acts such as the Supremes and Motown. Now, Motown was obviously the first black group to compete with white-owned companies in the music industry. And furthermore, in 1964, the Supremes appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show. Okay. Which allowed the singing trio to be heard in many American homes. This meant that this black group could have a white audience since they were now in public TV. Everybody could see their success. The Supremes and other R&B acts allowed black people to show their black pride because they showed the world that blacks could be as successful as whites. And now whites were also the consumers of black music. This idea of black pride is expressed in some of the songs in Dreamgirls, specifically More, Dreamgirls and One Night Only. The Dreamettes sing, Move. The Dreamettes sing Move in the talent show. This song illustrates determination as they want to win the talent show and become pop stars. One phrase even says, Move, you're stepping on my style. Another one sings, I want to be so wild. And this shows their willingness to create their own style. They want to walk their own path independent of what other musicians are doing.
Yeah.
And then in One Night Only, they sing Something So Right has got no chance to live. So let's forget about chances. It's one night I will give. That's one of my favourite lyrics in the whole show. And this has a message that people should do what they want while they have the chance, because chances don't last forever.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. There's lots of life lessons in Dreamgirls.
Yeah.
Stand by your friends is number one. Money is power.
Yep.
Being a favourite doesn't always last.
Yeah.
And just never, obviously just with that James character, a life lesson, I suppose, is just try not to get involved with a man who says he's going to leave his wife. It usually doesn't work out well.
End well. No, you're right. And family, it's all about family as well. And even one of the songs is called Family.
Yeah.
We are a family. We're a giant tree. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
And, it's reflected. The song is sung when Curtis, the group manager, is trying to make Dina the lead singer instead of Effie.
Yeah.
And they sing, it's more than you, it's more than me. Yeah. No matter what we are a family. And this lyric expresses the importance of that. Yeah.
And they are, they have the same dream and they want to share it together. Yeah. And it is just, unfortunately, that this man gets in. But it's a really good insight into the music industry, because you see it, I suppose, at Dreamgirls. You see it in Elton John's, how like music.
Rocket Man.
Yeah, Rocket Man. Yeah. How the music industry, just it's whatever their narrative is. And they start pushing and then their relationships break down, and it's not nice.
Singing in a group means doing what's best.
Yeah, 100%.
For the group or for the family. It's not about individual wishes.
Yeah.
The dreams need to do whatever they have to do in order to gain the most success. Every member of the group is important, and it's only when they work together that they achieve their goal of success.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think originally that's why Effie was hesitant about being backup singers, because she's like, no, we're great, we're not just doing oohs and ahs, and like, but if we do this, it's going to launch our career forward. And it's just about being able to have that open communication with people whenever you're working as part of a team, and try and move forward where you need to be.
That's it.
Yeah. I also learned a wee bit about Cadillacs.
Cadillac.
Okay, so Cadillac
car
wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Black America.
Yeah.
Henry Leland, after the Great Depression, which was 1928, people weren't buying cars, so they ended up, they were about to go bankrupt. Excuse me. So they ended up setting up the first integrated car sales in 1934, and the sales rose by 70%. Whites had their money in the banks, but the banks failed because of the Great Depression, the crash, Blacks that didn't have their money in bank accounts because they weren't allowed bank accounts. So they had money to spend on the Cadillac cars, and then because they were, giving them work through all aspects, whether it was on the car selling or in the shop, that is how Black America saved Cadillac.
So, why did they not get the power of integration even back then? Why so stupid?
Yeah, so I loved that fun fact. I thought that was brilliant.
That's a brilliant fact.
Yeah.
So, all the way back, the fact that the car business became integrated.
Yep.
Saved do you know what I mean? Why would they not go, oh, hold on a wee minute?
It works.
Honest to God, this world we live in.
I know.
And I am telling you, I'm not going. I did say it has often been mentioned that it is one of the hardest female songs to sing in musical theatre. Mm-hmm. Why?
I don't know. Why?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah,
I did a bit of research, asked a few of Marisha.
Oh, yes, Marisha. Okay.
It's due to the demanding vocal range and powerful belting passages. So the song features a wide range, requiring the singer to move seamlessly from the soft pleading tones to powerful, strenuous belting notes. Some might even say growls.
Yeah.
And then on top of the vocals is the emotional depth required to portray the character's defiance and heartbreak. Like those two emotions are on like the polar opposites of the emotional.
That song is heartbreaking because she is begging. I'm begging. I'm begging.
Please don't leave.
And listen is powerful too.
Yeah.
But it's a hard song to sing, though I feel like I can sing both of them. Yeah. But I definitely can't. But I do love to sing those songs.
And I am telling you.
I'm not going.
I think back in the day I sat for about 6 hours on YouTube one night and just listened to various different performers singing that song.
You just sang it? You know, with
no,
the backing track?
No. I don't have the range. It's stunning.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And it was the second time I experienced standing ovation mid-show.
Yeah, it's class.
And it's quite hilarious because it obviously comes right at the end of the act. So I saw it in the Savoy in 2016 with Amber Riley. Didn't realise at the time that it was the first time it had been in England. But obviously, when she finished, like everybody just jumped to their feet.
Yeah.
But what's hilarious is it's not the absolute end of the act.
Right, okay.
So she sings it, right? And at that point, she's been kicked out of the band. That's what her number's all about. And then the Dreams sing like a bit right at the very end. Da 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 da, driving me wild. Dum ba dum bum. Curtain. But like they may as well have not bothered their Barney because everybody was still on their feet roaring.
Oh my goodness.
And applauding.
But that's really clever though, to show they'll still go on without her. Like as in they've gone on,
That's maybe true. Maybe it was mental on but I just thought it was like those three needing the bothered like with that last bit. They could have been up in the dressing room having their cup of tea early. But yeah, no, it was really interesting. And obviously, because I'm a big fan, I have to mention it. Dreamgirls is the reason why we have Marisha Wallace now in London.
Yeah.
Because she came over to do not standby, like alternate Effie, and then took over the role. And you should she talks about it on Amber Davies' podcast.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. So Amber Davies, so anyone who wants to know a wee bit more about that story, go and listen to Amber Davies' podcast and maybe, send our friend Amber like a wee message because it would be great if she now plugged our podcast.
Perfect.
And if she ever wants to come on to our podcast as a guest, we would love to have
love
her.
It. Yeah, let's do it. Love
Isn't
it.
that good?
You're so clever.
I know.
So clever. Yeah. What are your standing ovations for Dreamgirls?
So obviously my standing ovation is, and I'm telling you, I am not going.
Yep. But
actually, it's that last 20 minutes of Act 1, from Heavy, it then goes into It's All Over, which is like an argument between the family, and it's class.
Yeah.
It just builds and builds and builds and builds, and then ends with that, and I'm telling you, I'm not going number.
Yeah, that's great. I love Dreamgirls because it does get in there. I love Heavy, and I only really realised that they're singing Heavy and that you need to lose weight, but she's pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't think I always got that connection. Anyway, Heavy, whatever, baby. I just love the tone of that.
Yeah.
And then I Am Telling You.
Yeah. I also like Effie's Act 2 number. Like, you almost think, like, after And I'm Telling You, like, give her a bit of a break in Act 2. But then she's got, I am changing, I'm gonna be better than I am.
Yeah.
And Listen, which she sings with Dina, which is beautiful, but also like a proper... Listen, I love it.
Yeah, it is great.
When you've got when you're a really good singer and you like melt my face off.
Oh, do you?
And there's a lot of melty facey songs in this musical, but it kind of goes with the R&B music.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I don't like when like singers just shout at you for the sake of shouting in the singing. Do you know what I mean? But this is different. Like, these numbers are powerful, like in your face, like rah.
And they're also passionate people. So that's why. So it wouldn't make sense for them to go, oh, why are you leaving me?
I don't know how any performer does 8 shows a week though.
Yeah, it's tough.
Doing Dreamgirls.
No, tough for those types of shows, like.
I mean, I think I'd need vocal rest for a week if it just did one performance.
Yeah, but do you not think, oh no, this is a key question, it's more popular to have swaps, swings and alternates?
I think coming off COVID, where they had no other choice but they had to cover like every role as much as they could, and the benefit of having many people within their company that could stand in and do many different roles, I think they realised the benefit of it.
Yeah.
Actually, I also think the workplace has now changed, where back in the day, wrongly so, you were just expected, like, I'm not a performer, I've never performed in the West End or in Broadway, but I kind of get the feeling, and from various different interviews I've heard, you were expected to be there and to perform. And, you know, a lot of performers were under par. They did what they needed to do to keep going. Yeah. But now the modern performer just won't do that. Like, actually, their vocal health and their physical health is much more important. And I think producers
are starting to
respect that and respect that a wee bit more, but also don't have a choice, because actually the performers and the clientele that they're working with won't go on if they don't think they are vocally fit to do it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, absolutely.
I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. 100%. Again, not a professional performer, but, you know, just from speaking to friends or associates that we have that are, there is still a lot of work, but I am loving this new era of appreciation for understudies, appreciation for alternates, whatever way you say it, and appreciation for swings. I think that, to be fair, I think there needs to be more for that. People don't realise the amount of work that swings do.
Swings have the hardest job in the world. Like, swings are the most talented in the company.
Yeah, so they need to be appreciated. Stand up for the swings. Anyway, that went off on one. I loved doing Dreamgirls. I want to watch the film now, and I think you should watch it with me.
Okay, I'll do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
That'll be good.
Let's do it.
Because I have no idea why I didn't watch it.
Like, it was out in 2006. It was a long time ago.
I know.
And, like, Jennifer Hudson's great.
Oh, listen, I don't doubt it, and I love the musical. Like, so I know I will enjoy the film.
Yeah. You need to get on it.
Yeah.
I must find out where it is and send it.
I want to see it live again, though, too, because that was an experience.
Well, sure, we've mentioned it. It's going to be out there soon.
It's going to happen, isn't it? Because that's how it works, isn't it?
It's going to be out there.
Do you have a What Would Paddy Do?
I do. I put my book away and then I forgot.
This week it should be What Would Jennifer Do?
What would Jennifer do?
As in Jennifer Holliday or Hudson. It doesn't really matter. They're both kind of legends.
I mentioned wigs last week. But actually forgot to even mention on this that there's 460 costumes and 205 wigs for Dreamgirls.
And a lot of quick changes too.
And a lot of quick changes. And Swarovski, I said it, did the diamonds for all the things.
Oh, there was a few sparkly silver numbers going on from what I can recall.
Yep. So, what would Jennifer Holliday do?
What would Holliday do?
What would Holliday do? Would you rather be responsible for the set design in Phantom or be responsible for the costumes of Dreamgirls? Designing from scratch. So it had never been done before. So would you rather design a set?
You've given me complete and utter anxiety mentioning how many blooming costumes there are. So I'd probably take the set design.
Would you?
No, because then you've got that chandelier and stuff.
Yeah. So you'd be designing costumes and wigs?
Yeah, I might get started now.
You get started getting all those crystals on.
Could you imagine? They'd be coming on and their arms would be hanging off and stuff.
You don't have to make them, you just have to design them.
Oh, I did that. Embarrassing. When I was younger, I had a wee notebook and I had my wee costume designs in it.
Love it.
I remember, during summertime, was going to... it's quite nice we're talking about this, considering this Sunday's Mother and Sunday.
Yeah.
During the summer, obviously off school, going to work with Mum, to Mum's work, and I would have just sat in the corner and done my wee costume designs for some fantasy musical I was dreaming up in my head.
What else would you have been doing?
Honestly, what else would I have been doing?
Yeah, that's lovely.
Playing Kirby outside, probably.
I do fear that if you hadn't chosen the costume ones, you would have been struck down there from two people.
Yeah, I know, but I was just thinking, you put the fear in me with your previous comment about just how many costumes there were in Dreamgirls, and I'm going, that's an awful lot of work.
So do you think there was just person?
These days, if there's a wee shortcut, I'll take it.
Just one person sitting by the sewing machine making 460 costumes.
I was thinking I can't make costumes, but I could design them, right?
Design them.
Yeah, I could.
Design them.
Yeah, I'll go with the designer. Always a designer.
Love it.
What would you do?
Oh, costumes.
Of course you would.
Yeah, costumes.
Yeah.
Not really that interested in the set. Give me a black box and I can perform.
No, I love a wee... Now, yes. I'm moving more and more away from intricate sets. I like the finer details these days. I think it's much nicer.
No, don't get me wrong. Back to the Future blew me away.
Yeah,
you couldn't do something like that without an amazing set design. What?
On set design and costume?
What?
I did something last night.
What did you do?
I booked tickets.
What for?
So during Easter, going to London, and we're going to go and see Starlight Express.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm intrigued
So
by what you think.
have booked the tickets. You'll get a full debrief. Don't you worry.
Love it.
Have you booked your Hercules yet?
No, not yet. Did see, obviously the performance and all that.
Yes.
I'm going to forgive it because obviously they couldn't really do a full performance.
They're saving their best.
They're saving their best.
Right.
But no, I think
less said about that the better.
I think
is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah. I think a wee August trip will definitely be happening and Hercules will be there.
Well, yeah. We're gonna choo our way to the Troubadour and have a wee gander
and have a
at the trains.
Love it.
And start out.
Can't wait. I actually cannot wait to hear what you think.
Woo, woo, nobody can do it like a steam train.
Love it.
Until next week. Might we have a friend next week?
We might. We'll leave you in suspense.
I worry. Honestly,
leave you in suspense.
The stories that could be coming next week. We might not be back the week after.
Yeah, I know. Love
How
it.
exciting. Something to look forward to. Yeah. Come back next week then, folks.
Please do.
Till then.
Bye.
Bye. And I am telling you, I'm not going.
Tune in as the memories grow.